and welcome. It's my pleasure today to introduce to all of you Kavita Gohil, who is an artist from Walpole, Massachusetts. Currently, she works as a quality control artist at a pharmaceutical company while pursuing her passion for art. Her areas of work in art are semi abstract, still life, and 3D painting with acrylic, oil, charcoal, and oil pastel. She has trained in the Museum of Fine Arts and has studied digital media and graphic design at Massachusetts College of Art and Design in Boston. Currently, she teaches art in the Boston area. She also is serving as an ACL Indie Art Ambassador. Welcome, Kavita ji, to Lokvani. Namaste.
Thank you so much, Ranjani ji. Thank you so much for inviting me for the interview.
My pleasure. Wow. From being a mathematician to going into QC in pharmaceutical company to being an artist, that is pretty a diverse set of skills that you have here. Would love to know, how did this artistic journey begin? Where did you learn art? How did that mesh in with your math and other interests in life?
So I feel like math and arts go like hand in hand, because you need that basic, fundamental knowledge about the mathematics whenever you create any art. So I can tell you that how my art journey started. I did master in mathematics, but the thing is, I always like a super fan of doing art and making, paintings, and I always imagine myself whenever I go outside and like any scenery, I start imagining myself creating that picture on the canvas. So I have like really interesting story. Like when I was like 3 years old, and my brother was 5 years old, and there was a art competition during Navratra in India, and the age limit was 5. So obviously I was not eligible for that competition. So when I saw my brother making that art through the window was like almost size of the door. So I started begging and crying, and I told my dad that I want to do something, I want to participate. And then no way he could control me. So organizer finally let me in, and literally my dad threw me through the window. And then I started drawing everything, and from whatever I saw, like a TV, bike, like cabinets, all the things I saw around me, and I just drew on one piece of paper. And that's how my journey started. And my dad, that time my dad realized that she's really interested in art. And he is actually my mentor, and even till the date he's like a true, I rely on him for for honest feedback. So yeah, I did master in mathematics. It was not like I was not interested, but that was also, I was actually interested in mathematics, but in the parallel I feel like, you need to develop, or you need to have some kind of activity that whenever you feel down or anything, you feel motivated and positive. So yeah, I truly enjoy both my, parallel journey.
Right. So it was, your dad was an artist himself. Did he teach art, and did you learn from him?
Yes, so he's a professor in Agriculture University in India. I mean, he is the one who gave me all the opportunities, who gave all kinds of, like a freedom to go into this art field, and my grandfather actually, he was actually very good at art. And through him, maybe he learned, and he grew up watching him doing art. And he's like, he just wanted me to, just do something for my passion, for to develop some different, hobby. So he's the one who taught me. everything in art. So
That's fantastic. Often I hear it's the mother, but in your case, it's the father. So I think this is great that your family itself, it seems to be in your genes, that it has come, and that's something that I really, really think that's a very, very. I think as art, I always feel art runs, in your genes. For some people, of course, it's discovered later, but I'm not
that's
surprised
true.
that in a family of artists, the art grows very beautifully. So that is indeed interesting. So when you came to the US, I mean, I think in India, what kind of art did you practice? And when you came here, how did your art change?
So when I was in India, when I was in school that time, I used to use just basic poster colors and pencils and charcoals and everything. So that time I preferred using those poster colors, watercolor, and basic, materials, whatever I had that time. And actually, I forgot to mention, but my mom, she's actually very good at sitar, and she did 7 years 8 years training on sitar. And I feel like I because I was like so into art, and I kind of didn't get opportunity to learn from her. So right now I complain like, why I didn't even think of learning something from you. So yeah, I just went totally sidetracked. But yeah, so that time I used to prefer pencil shadings, watercolor and stuff. And when I moved to US, I went to multiple art stores and explored like new materials. And I feel like sometimes maybe out of laziness, I feel like acrylic is much easier option, because sometimes I can't wait to see my final result. And with the oil paint, I feel like I cannot wait for like months to see the final result. And that's how I feel
That's
like
interesting.
acrylic.
So what oil takes time to, I mean, I didn't know that. Could you explain
Yes.
that a little bit? Why acrylic is, quick while oil takes time?
Oil paint is like it takes more time to get completely dry. I mean, it depends how many layers you do, and I think all artists prefer to do like multiple layers, and those layers with the oil paint takes like maybe months, like a couple of months, 3 months, depending on the size and the layers you do. But with acrylic, it maximum it takes, and depending on the layers, it takes hardly like 10 hours or 5 hours if you have multiple layers on. So I feel like acrylic is, and also I feel like, if especially if I do in like a closed environment, it's even healthy if you use acrylic paint than the oil paint.
Oil paint.
Yeah.
So that's great. So acrylic was a big innovation then in the
Yeah.
area of painting. Oh, that is really fantastic. So now you came to the United States and you actually studied a little bit of art. So
Yeah.
what did you learn, and how has it? I don't know what your style is, and how did it influence what you developed into your own style?
So when I moved to US, initially I thought of doing something of my interest before I start doing any further study. So I visited Museum of Fine Arts, and I saw multiple like paintings, big paintings, and those art of those places inspired me. And I started looking online and found some interesting classes. And there was a artist named Camila Yeager, and I was like so into her art, and she kind of inspired me. And I did some workshops and classes, and I also did uh, designing and graphic designing from mass art as well. So yeah, so initially when I moved to India, I did a little bit to educate myself in art.
You mean move to the US? Yeah, that makes
Yes,
great sense. That makes great
yes,
sense. And so the Museum of Fine Arts certainly a great place, I suspect, for you to visit and
yes,
enjoy. That's really really. It's so nice to have these museums, right? That where we
yeah,
can,
yeah,
really enjoy. Those opportunities are not quite there in India yet. I mean, they're available, few and far between, right? So
yes.
that is really
Hmm.
something spectacular. And now of course, so when I look at your paintings, I see a lot of Ganeshas, I see Krishna, and this beautiful art behind me where You have painted the Jawan. So would you like to tell me about what inspires your art? What kind of subjects do you like to pick?
So it's like whenever you feel like festive, and that's how artists make the art, create the art. So during like Ganesha, I mean the Ganesh Chaturthi, or um uh, like anything like a Shiva or Ganesha, or anything that is religious, you feel always
Special festival
positive.
times. Hmm.
Yes, and I feel like whenever I create something like that, I feel always positive. And Ganesha and Shiva and Krishna, those are like a favorite subject to all the artists. And you find like so many variations and so many creativity you can do,
So
with.
do you think that it is its favorite because that it God kind of expresses who you are on the inside? And
Yes,
I think that we don't have in the Hindu tradition this very fixed view of somebody, looking a particular way, right? God is
yes,
really manifest in the way. Is that what makes for a very beautiful art? Is that right?
yes,
How do you
that's
see
true.
Ganesha or Krishna when you paint them?
I feel like Ganesha is the symbol of positivity, and Krishna is full of fun. I feel like fun in the sense when you read about Krishna Gita, you feel like whenever you have any kind of problems, you just open Gita and you find your solution. And just think about, I always feel like whenever you are in any kind of trouble, you feel like what would Krishna do if he's on your place. So, and that's how for me I feel like the Krishna is full of colors,
Mm.
brightness, and everything you see is full of joy. So if you find happiness, if you want to do something that makes you happy, always I always feel like to create a painting of Krishna.
And what about Ganesh ji?
Ganesha is, I like it, I feel like he is there. I mean, he's watching me over, and whenever I paint him, whenever I make his painting, I feel like to start something new. I always feel like to make painting of
Ganesh.
his painting, or whether it's sketch or a canvas or about shloka or something, So whenever I want to start something good, it's a good. I feel like I feel fortunate. It's a good charm, I feel like whenever I make Ganesha painting.
That's fantastic, fantastic. And I think that's what you beautifully said, right? God is all about beauty and color. And I think that's why these images really bring out the artist in you. And now
Yes.
I'd love to know about the art that is behind me, the Jaman art. What inspired that?
I sometimes I feel like, especially during given the situation, COVID situation, I feel like sometimes we take Jawan, their effort, their life granted, and I feel like whenever I read about them, and it's beyond our imagination how their family, how they go throughout their life, to save our country, to protect our country. So sometimes I feel like maybe I cannot do anything, but through my art I can express how do I feel, how I feel proud of Indian Jawan. And there is no way we can I feel like through this is the best way to express our Indian,
Or
like Indian
gratitude, yes.
army Jawan gratitude.
Beautiful.
Yes, definitely.
Beautiful point that you bring out. And what a powerful tool you have to express, I think artists, whether it's poetry, whether it is, these are
Yeah,
these Amar Jawan. I think
Amarja.
that's what you said, and that's fantastic. And now, Ekal Village, what motivates you to join Ekal Vidyalaya in its effort to bring digital literacy and literacy to over 100,000 villages in rural remote India?
I feel like I feel it's absolute happiness when you can contribute a little through your art, through your passion to this greater cause. And I feel like I actually grew up doing paintings about villages and even when I was in school, when I was young, we used to spend our vacation time at my grandfather's place, village. And when I read about this Ekal Vidyalaya and all this, great activity you guys are doing, I instantly, I kind of relate to myself, and I saw many. I feel like we are very fortunate to get all this opportunity to study, to get all this technology so easily, and we sometimes don't even realize there are so many kids, so many like people in India, they don't even have opportunity to, even they have capability to get all those fulfill all their dreams,
Right.
and they don't have even enough supplies to even get basic education. So I feel like I feel proud of myself that okay, I finally got an opportunity to do a little towards this great cause, and I'm so happy to be part of this Ekal Vidyalaya in
Thank you.
Gujarat.
Actually, that's something that you brought up. I mean, when I joined Ekal too, like it's not easy to find a platform, and everybody wants to do
Mm-hmm.
good, right?
Yes,
But to
that's true.
find, villages of India are the heart of India, and Mahatma Gandhi has been saying that forever, and yet, we don't have the opportunity really to make a difference. For our viewers who may not know about Ekal, we are an organization that brings education and empowerment to over 100,000 rural remote villages. And IndiArt is a competition that has been done to encourage creativity amongst the US people while supporting digital literacy in the rural remote villages. Now, Kavita, you're going to be offering a workshop on art for our IndiArt competitors. So tell us a little bit about that.
So my workshop is on 25th of August, and I will be doing a painting with, actually I have a sample over here, this painting.
Ah, oh,
So
that
I
is
always feel,
beautiful.
thank you. So this is like a, I wanted to make something colorful. And so I feel like I consider art as in therapy. So I will be doing this workshop on the lakescape with colorful painting, colorful trees, and boat and reflection. So I named it as, I title as a reflection of colors. I feel like reflection of your mood. So
That
yes, so
is
the
really
workshop will be on 25th of
perfect.
August.
And when there are times that are a little bit not so colorful, I think playing with colors and is just definitely delightful, I think. And I think
Yeah,
what
absolutely.
what I've learned from all of you artists is that life is always full of color. It's for us to take it and throw it in the canvas of life.
That's
And
so
I think
true.
I think
Just
that
need to pick up the brush.
and the colors of your inner souls can always.
Yes.
Well, I look forward to that workshop, and thank you so much for all that you're doing for the world. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me. God bless you. And this painting is certainly something that's very special, and you have taught us how to offer our humble salutations to the great people who are offering their life, putting their life in jeopardy every day to save us all in the world. Thank you so much, Kavita.
Thank you.
God
Thank you so much, Rajni ji. Thank you.
bless.
Namaste.